Here are my top 5 actionable communication strategies for healthcare providers. Number 1, let them see your face. This means your whole face. So your mouth, your eyes, all of the movements around your mouth. This is important because it gives people visual cues on top of the auditory cues so they can more effectively fill in the missing pieces they may have from the hearing loss. If you're standing side by side with the patient looking at labs or a scan, or you're turned to the side charting on your laptop, or the patient's face down in a massage table, all of these situations mean the patient can't fully visualize your face. Also, if you have a mask on from, a surgery or something like that, if you're talking to them after a surgery, that's also problematic. So if you can let them see your face fully, you'll allow them to track you better and hear more of what you're saying. Number 2, you want to slow down your rate of speech and articulate. I know those are two things, but I kind of group them together. They allow the patient more time to track what you're saying and, again, fill in those missing pieces. I've actually created a whole separate video on just these 2 points, which you're welcome to take a look at. But the crux of it is basically listening to each word that you say so that it will naturally slow down your rate of speech. And if you can listen to each sound that you make where your lips and teeth and tongue touch, you'll articulate more naturally. Now, this is a hard thing to just start doing, so I encourage people to set them up with a reminder of some sort to make sure that you're doing this effectively, especially with patients you already know have hearing loss or are in a higher risk category, like they're over the age of 65. Number 3, you want to be aware of the sound of other equipment around you. So scanners, suction, all sorts of things that you might be using in your office can be generating a noise that you've grown accustomed to, but might actually be kind of marring the clarity of what you're saying. So if you have to use the equipment, I'd encourage you to maybe give the patient instructions or explanations before you turn it on, and then tell the patient that they may not be able to hear you while it's on, then use the equipment and allow the patient to decide if it's something that's getting in the way of them understanding you. Number 4, if you work with a lot of geriatric patients, I highly recommend getting a device called a pocket talker. Now, there's also apps that will do something similar for this, but I don't think you want to be using your iPhone or iPod in clinic. A pocket talker is a set of headphones that connects to a little microphone box with usually like 4 AA batteries. It's wired, so from the headset to the microphone, there should be quite a long wire, and it has its own independent volume on there. So this allows the patient to adjust according to what's comfortable for them. Quick tip that you'll probably learn if you use this: you want to make sure the patient doesn't get that microphone too close to the headphones themselves, or it'll really squeak quite loud. Lots of feedback there. If you do get one of these pocket talkers, which I've linked on here on how to find on Amazon, I also recommend that you get some disposable ear covers for that, just so you keep that foam nice and clean and you can toss them right after the patient uses them. And the 5th strategy seems kind of funny. I think it's really important for you to make sure that your peers and colleagues and front desk staff and everybody working at your clinic really understands what you're aiming for in changing your communication strategies and reaching your patients more effectively. It helps you be able to do all of these new things better if other people are working on the same things. And it also just makes your communication and your effort that much more powerful if other people in the clinic are trying to do the same thing. And you may find that patients will give feedback to one person and not another, but you'll still get the information within the clinic, and that can help you understand what's most effective in your specific situation. So those are my top 5 tips. Let me know if you have any questions about those, and if you want to ask for other topics for blog posts or even courses. The course we have right up now is a tinnitus course, and that does go into some of the mechanisms of hearing loss. So if you think that's interesting, take a look at our courses tab.